Hello, my name is Shirley Tabak and welcome to my website, Spiritual Opulence. We've had quite a day, haven't we, of it? What with Facebook, woke up this morning thinking, oh yeah, it's my first day on Facebook today, looking forward, preparing myself, and crash. Nothing worked. I just wanted to say I'm a psychic medium from New Zealand, and I just want to see if anyone's coming online. I know that everyone in the world's experiencing the same sort of problems. It's a bit funny, like this morning, I actually rushed to the loo and sat down, and with my third eye, you know, I could see all different images coming in, and then on the doorknob of the toilet there was like a pyramid, a shape of a pyramid, which I've never seen before. And then there was the numbers 7 and 4, which is an 11. And I thought, gee, this is so out of balance today, everything. You know, the pull between the moon and the sun. And, you know, the pyramid itself is the eye of providence. And, you know, that's the eye of God watching down on humanity. And I thought, oh, this is just so typical that, you know, they say things happen in threes. Yeah, so I don't know who's coming on today, but I'll introduce myself at the moment. So I have, from a very young age, from the age of 12, experienced events that were happening in the future, and I could actually see my life ahead of me and what I was doing in my life, and then I would live through it and it would like freak me out, and I thought to myself, oh, what's going on here? And that's how that all started. And then years later, I decided, on my journey that I would travel around the world, go overseas, come back to New Zealand. And I just didn't feel that I fitted into certain areas of religion, even though I have my own heritage. I just didn't feel at the time I fitted in anywhere. And then I was asked to join a spiritual church, and I went along there. And I was a skeptic at the time, and I sat at the back of the room with a big coat on, a big black coat on. And it's like the waters passed when we had a medium on platform, and he was pointing to me and he was going, oh, so you don't like all this like spooky stuff, do you? And I sort of tried to hide myself. I didn't want to sort of, you know, being a skeptic, that's the way you are when you go to a place where you're not feeling very familiar with. And the messages that came through really, you know, was like hitting a hammer with a nail right on the head, and things were coming true for me. And it was a bit of an eye-opener, which was great. And then I started my own spiritual development, working on the gift that I was given, very luckily. And it opened up a new window in my life and a new way of thinking. And there are different areas I mean, I work with 5 out of the 6 senses, and more than that, really. I haven't got the sense of smell. That's the only one I haven't got. And I enjoy working on photographs, picking up on spirit. I have been tested before where people have come for readings and put in an envelope a photograph. I try to not open the envelope because I believe that's cheating. But my hands usually burn me, and then I pick up on the energy of spirit, and I don't need to put a picture in an envelope to see it. I can actually connect with the photographs in all different ways. But I was tested a few times, like someone was someone wanted to know about their house, but they didn't tell me that. And I was expecting there would be someone who's passed over, their photo would be inside the envelope, but actually it was a house. And I was picking up on this house, which was on a beach in New Zealand, and I could see the reeds coming out of the sand. And it was the house was sitting a little bit back from the beach. And when it came, and then I was writing down stuff about the month of February and the month of March and all the rest of it. And when I opened up this envelope, there was the house. And it actually did sell in February or March. So I work with psychometry, and I pick up with the pictures. I also can scan sometimes the body when I'm doing healing, white light healing. And I can see inside the body, like if someone's got cancer or you know, they're just not well. I can pick up on the energies, like an example, when a boy had asthma once, I did healing on him, and I started to feel asthmatic. I remember I was breathing thinking, but as soon as I finished the healing, that was cool because that all went. I didn't really want to have asthma. And I am clairaudient, so can hear the voices. Not all the time, I will admit, from time to time, but I know, you know, spirit know that I'm aware of them. Because I pick up clairsentient, and I pick up sensing. I sense a lot of things, really. I can sense when my body's going cold. I can feel when they're like around my head area. It's really weird. Like sometimes I can feel tingling on my arms, but around my head, sometimes, they're sort of, I can feel their vibration so strong around my head. And also when they want my attention, it's like the last couple of years, you know, I needed a bit of a wake-up call. They're like knocking on the door. It's like you get up in the night, you go to the front door, and you think, who the hell is knocking on my door at 3 and 4 in the morning? And no one's there, so I know it's them. But yeah, that went on for like 2 years. Knock, 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 knock. And it was a wake-up call for me, because it was like they were saying to me, hey, Shirley, you're not listening to us. Well, you know, the thing is that in our lives today, we are so busy with so much going on in our lives that we tend to, we should focus more on listening and focus more on what's going on around us and be more aware of what we see and feel. And because so much happens in our life and we get so distracted, we tend to go down the yellow brick road in a wobbly way. I also pick up things with claircognizance, and that is just the psychic knowledge of knowing. So if I'm doing a reading for someone, sometimes it just comes out of me, the answer, and I don't know where it comes from, but I know it comes from spirit, but it's just like, I get it in sort of picture form, or I get it all different ways the message is coming, and sometimes I just feel it and know it. Sometimes I see it. Sometimes I even hear it. And then if I use automatic writing, I incorporate my squiggles and writing or whatever, and if I'm asking spirit a question, then sometimes the exact place or the exact time or the exact name will come out. So many different ways, that I bring in spirit. I don't have one specific way. I also love numerology. So I usually work with numerology, and I usually know by the person's date. I usually can pick up on a lot of their energies, a lot about their life, about their love relationships, even people that they don't understand, like the way that they behave, the different siblings and your parents in your family unit, how you can get along with certain siblings and not get along with others, or with your parents or with relatives, and I can connect up the numbers and see your connection, and so you can have a better understanding of the characters of your siblings or of your parents, and where you are connected with the numbers, and also the changes that occur in your life and the different areas you should be focusing on, and why you came into this life, like what lessons you came here to learn. Yeah, there's just so many different areas in numerology, and it's like really in depth. I've studied both ways. I've studied with a mathematician. Not that my maths is any good at all, but I've also studied with a medium, numerology, and it's like any other thing, like tarot or I've used tarot before, and sometimes I still use it. It's like any of the tools that we are given, we can do our readings off that, and it's just a tool. So numerology would be something that I would be starting off in a reading, and then I would be switching over from the numerology into the person I'm doing the reading for, and then I can bring in spirit from there and messages from loved ones from the other side. And so, of course, being clairvoyant, I've got the perception of people too, you know, picking up on, just different energies, you know. Have you ever been into a room where, you know, you feel like you shouldn't be in that room and you just should be actually walking out of the room? And I should actually say that I don't think we do enough of this. We don't listen to our how we're feeling inside, our gut feeling. I think that, you know, when you walk into a room with people and you're feeling just not comfortable there, I think that you should actually just get up and walk out. I don't think we owe anything to anyone if we just kind of like walk out of the room and if we're not feeling good there, you know. So too bad, you know, too bad if we do that. But yeah, you've got to feel good in yourself. You have to go to places where you feel good and feel comfortable and where the energies are good, because that's really, really important. I've just got a few different things that I've written down today. I didn't want to forget talking about anything. So healing. What I'm going to do, I also do white light healing, so I work with spirit, and yeah, have done quite a bit of healing on animals and people. I've also had headaches where I've done my healing on myself, and the mind is just so strong. Yeah, different dimensions to the mind. I'll talk about that in a second, but we can heal ourselves from certain things. But I also believe that if we're really sick and we try healing ourselves, yes, it's going to work for certain things, but we do need to listen to our bodies. And if we do have to go to the doctor, standard medicine, yeah, okay, so yeah, off to the doctor we go. And if we have to get ourselves checked out, we should listen to our bodies a little bit more often. One of the things I've been working on lately is people who've gone missing in the news, either in New Zealand or overseas, and tried to help people. It's not the first time I've come into contact personally with people who actually have had children gone missing in the past, and being able with the photographs to be able to look into the lives of those spirit that have passed over and to try to connect with them and get messages from them about whereabouts or the area that they're in. So I love working with the photos, which sounds a bit crazy and a bit morbid, but it's not like that at all. It's because I want to help people. And part of my being here on my website, and why I created a website, and thank you to my friend Mini-Me Vicky, very supportive friend. She you know, I was talking to her about opening this website, and I thought, oh, how am I going to start? Where do I start? My head is so full of so much information and so much life experience. And she said to me, oh, why don't you tell them why you want to open a website? Oh, you're so clever, I thought. So, yeah, the reason I opened a website was because I'm an empath, and I love people, and I love helping people, and I've done that all my life. And Grandma in Spirit told me off saying, oh, you're not meant to open the door to everyone who comes in. Yeah, well, I have done, and I have helped a lot of youth and suicidal youth and just children and different people who have really struggled in life, and people with relationships that have wanted to break the relationships up. And I've kind of like looked at their numbers and looked at who they are and worked with them, and they're actually come together as a unit. Yeah, there's so much in life that people don't know, and I don't think there's so much knowledge to be shared, which I would like to over time share that knowledge and to help others. So yes, the reason why I The reason why I opened this website was, and the web page, I'm sorry, Spiritual Opulence, was to enrich people in life, to help people in life with relationships, with understanding themselves, with bringing in spirit with messages. And you can go to my services on Facebook, and you can look at all the different things I do. And if you want to book in with me, I'm on Skype. My Skype name is Tabak, Tabak 1. You can also get me. You can also look down and see that I'm on Messenger. You can message me if you would like a personal reading. I will come on live and do pendulum readings of one question. Hopefully tomorrow I can come on. Hopefully Facebook is up and running. It's a bit funny with that Facebook problem we've all had today. It must be a real kick in the face for the poor people of Facebook trying to get this thing up and running. Yeah, I have a love for children and helping and educating children. The world has become quite a messed up place, and I think parents need to be more responsible in educating, their children and teaching them what is love and respect. And that's like gone out the window, this respect thing. In my days, in old school days, we were taught a lot about respecting our teachers and people around us, and sharing the love and being open-minded and just being there for people. I've said it many times to people that it doesn't hurt to be kind to others. It doesn't cost anything. And from my experience in life and from what I've been through and what I've experienced and seen, I've seen so many nasty people get their karma, and karma can come in different ways. It can come by it affecting the people they love. It can affect their own health or affect those in their own family, their health. And because people are not knowledgeable spiritually, they cannot see or know how the karma really affects everyone. I have put a little picture on my webpage about the karma. Something about the bill, you have to pay it when it comes in. I love the outdoors, and I love animals also. I just love nature, and I'm finding over the last couple of years, quite a long time now, that I just give appreciation to the universe. And when I go out and I look at a beautiful view or go out to the ocean, and in my head I'm saying to God and the angels, the universe, oh, thank you so much for what you have given us, and for this beauty that's out there. And I send a lot of healing to the world, and absent healing, because it works. I send healing to those in need, and those that are not in a good state. I must open a book actually and do an absent healing book. I'm just trying to think what else I can talk to you guys about. If you want to give me any feedback on any of this, great. Every time that I come on, whether I do a one question reading, and if you can donate $4 towards my website and towards me starting off, that would be fabulous. At some stage with the donations, what I do is I usually give back. In New Zealand, I've given to like Westpac helicopters for saving lives, a contribution towards toys or books towards the Starship. So I would like to continue contributing back to help out others. I have always had a thing about money and greed, and I can't be like that. But like I said, I'm here as a messenger for the spirit world. And if I can help you in any way and use any of the tools that I've been given to help you, then please contact me. We're all mediums on here, and we're all trying. And, we all work in different ways. Some of us similar, a lot of us similar maybe, and a lot of us different. But our intention is all good. Our intention, the intention is there, and as long as the intention is there, it opens doors for in many areas. You know, another thing I want to talk about is when I was growing up, I lost my best friend when he was 10. And then I lost my best girlfriend in a car accident when she was 16. And it became very lonely life after that. I walked a very lonely life. And I learned a lot along the way. But when I was 15 years old in high school, you know, one of the things that took me on a journey in life was, and I was writing an English essay in my English class, and it was about the mind and how I didn't believe that people just pass and that's the end of it. I believe that the mind had all different dimensions to it, and I believe with all the dreams that we have and all the people we meet and everything we do in every day of our lives, how can suddenly it just end and that be the end of it? So I never accepted that. And that's what started me on this journey. And I remember writing this intense paper, and the teacher said to me, the English teacher, "Oh, Shirley, do you mind if I keep your paper?" At the time it was like, oh yeah, whatever, okay. And she did. And now that I look back on it, yes, that was the start of my journey, finding the answers in life, and proof is there life after death. And yes, there is, and it just goes on and on and on. And that will be in another conversation that I have. And I hope you get to see this video. And I wish you love and light. And I will close off now. And I hope to see you soon here, and hope that you join my site. God bless.